yourself, guys?
Yeah, sure. I'm Jake Thorson.
I'm Ash.
I'm Nick.
I'm Vincent.
How you doing, man?
It's great to be here.
How long have you guys been together then, as a Death Valley Knights?
About 4 years now, 5 years we're going. So Jake and I started this back in London. We've just basically, we just wanted to take it out there, and we released our debut EP, Nothing Left to Steal, about the tail end of 2013. And now we're currently working on new materials.
Cool. So, what have you been like gigging wise? Have you got many?
Well, we've done some fantastic shows up and down. We played Bloodstock, played Hammerfest.
Oh right, yeah.
Went on tour with Dragon Force. Had some really great shows. We've got some really great ones lined up as well. But we're going to wait till the new release comes out. Then we're going to be hitting the road. We're going to be going to all the regional areas as well. We've got some bigger shows. Exactly. We're going to go back up there again. We came here last year with Dragon Force, and that was amazing. Had a great time. Aberdeen was off the hook. Edinburgh was great as well.
Oh, they don't get many bands.
Exactly. They're really appreciative.
Didn't seem like it.
And things like we're from London, and over there they're sport for choice. It's great to come out to the regional areas like North where they really appreciate it. So it's fantastic. Loved it.
Cool.
Aberdeen, we just mentioned, is not renowned for rock and metal capital of Scotland. What was different when I went to the Dragon Force, but you got a good reception. Inverness, Dundee, any of these places as well?
We haven't touched into it yet. I mean, if Aberdeen was any indication, I mean, the fans were there. From what we could tell, they seemed like they were having a good time. But because we went up there with Dragon Force and Neon Fly, so we were slightly different than both of those bands, and each one of those bands is different from the other. But I felt like we were kind of like the odd guys out. We got up there to do the hard rock metal, Motorhead, AC/DC style, just kick it in the teeth and go. A little bit less of the Whitleys, a little bit less of that. And I think that's what, because it was a packed out Aberdeen, and I think that's what they were looking for. So they didn't really know what to do with us, I felt like, in between songs. And we played the night of the referendum. And because I've been talking about, I was like, we gotta mention that. You would have thought I kicked somebody in the ass, man. Because I was just like, so you guys are gonna be independent here soon. I said, oh, fuck off. I looked at Ash, I was like, let's just play this last song.
Literally, as soon as that show we had to run. We pulled up a van next to the stage. Everything in there. Let's get the hell out of here.
It's like a scene from the Blues.
As soon as we crossed that Scottish border, it's like, okay.
Can I just say for a Texan, that was a great Scottish accent.
Well, I speak to a lot of your people, man. And to be fair, man, I've always loved Scotland. Like, we always looked for an excuse to get out this way. Even when I was living in Texas, we're just like, man, that is proper countryside. Look at all these people out there in the kilts with the sheep and the goats, living off the land. It's hardy. So bringing the rock up here, man, that is just, for me, it's a treat. So I love it.
What happens after today then? What have you got lined up?
We're going to the studio next month with Scott Atkins, renowned for his work with the Modern Mouth, Cradle of Filth, Silosis. Really excited about that. We've been working on new material, and once that's done, we're going to be working on new video as well. Hopefully we'll get some much funding for that, so we can make a nice elaborate video, and then the idea is to drop that probably around September, October period, and then just hit the road. We're going to be following up with more and more shows. Hopefully get some bigger support slots as well, and then that will hopefully lead into a new release early to mid next year.
Yeah, that's the loose plan. That's what we're hoping to stick to. But because when we did Nothing Left to Steal, we released that EP. It was tail end of 2013.
December 2013.
And what we did with that was we led with the single Tongue of Fire, and then with that we put a lyric video out to kind of just drum up the interest. And I think that this time we kind of want to take it to the next level, which is why we've written like 4 or 5 new songs, but we've got 2 that we're solid and confident about. We just kind of beta tested them for the Mad Scots out there. They seem to dig it. So what we're looking forward to getting in with Scott Atkins, because we want to see what his input is. Because after speaking to some of the guys at Monomarth, they're like, yeah, listen, he puts his own spin on it. He's got great ideas. We want to see if he can help us put it to the next level. When it comes out, we're going to pick and choose one of those, like which is going to be the A side, B side. We're going to try to do, like Nick said, we're going to try to do a proper music video with it. So we're looking at options on that, to get that out, get the media presence out. But we definitely need to get with you guys, get some tracks up to you, get the buzz going, So yeah.
I think you're really going to like it. I mean, in terms of musicality, it's a lot heavier, a lot tighter, so there's definitely a lot of progress there.
Satanic.
Yeah.
What is the next level for the band? You mentioned it there. What is this next level? You mentioned we're going to get bigger tours, but
well, we've done some good things in the short time we've been together. We have played Hammerfest, we've played Bloodstock, we have we toured with Dragon Force. We've done some bits here and there, that have been good. What we want to do is we want to take this new release, really hit the airwaves with it. I mean, we had a good reception on the last one. I mean, a lot of the national radio, podcasts or whatever, the heavy metal stuff, they were spinning the tracks. I mean, Johnny Doom loved Mercury Rising was the B-side to Promises, and he had that.
I loved it as well.
Yeah. I mean, so with this one, what we want to do is we want to hit continental Europe. We want to get out there and get on those airwaves. We want to, push it as much as we can. If we can get on, it's Hard Rock Hell at the end of the year.
Hard Rock Hell, Hammerfest again. Like I said, we played that before.
That's down in Wales, is it?
Exactly. Yeah, we played. That was a great show. We played on the Thursday night over there, and it was just a rammed house. So we were on. I think we were like the second last band on. For a band who could only release one EP, that was a fantastic slot to have. So I think we've got a lot of good mileage of just that one release. Now the fans are just really clamoring for more music. So.
Got to give it to them.
The sooner the better.
Exactly. Yeah. Just got to keep
the momentum going.
Exactly.
Yeah.
go back to the start of the band. How did you guys get together?
It was me and Jake Gumtree.
Can't remember. I can't remember if I answered his ad or if he answered mine.
I think we were the only two real metalheads on Gumtree. We didn't want to play, like Bring Me the Horizon or something like that. We had like the right bands listed in our ads. It was like, oh, let's get together and see where it goes. Then starting off a band is always difficult.
Yeah.
You've got to find the right people, have the right attitude, the right influences. And being in a band isn't easy. You've got to really have that.
You've either got to commit to
exactly.
it
It's a real slog, and you've got to love the music. If you don't like metal, if you don't like playing your instrument, you don't like getting together, it can be a bit of a slog. But we got the right guys together, and we just took off from there. So.
It was very grassroots build up. I mean, we went through revolving door of drummers and
it was in the first few months it was almost Spinal Tap. Somebody would come in and it was just like no. Like he would say no, and I'll say look, maybe. I was a little bit more optimistic. I try and pull the best out of whatever I see, but it's just. It's like, no, it's not going to work.
So you're a glass half full kind of guy then?
Exactly. It's like,
we kept picking guys that were full of it.
It's like, come on, if you put a Slayer shirt on the guy, it shouldn't be It didn't work,
No, some people were incorruptible, so but we're solid now. I mean, we got to the point to where, because people were expecting, like everyone in this band, we all listen to different things, and that's cool, because if I write a song and I bring it in, it's going to sound like me. Nick does that, it's going to sound like Nick, and then he's trying to convince us to like it, and I'm trying to convince him to like it. Well, the best thing about this band is we all contribute our bits. Vincent's got a personality on the kid. I'll never tell him what to play, because I know that when he comes up with something, I'm going to be like, yeah, that sounds awesome, let's go with it, And that's what we were looking for the whole time, was that X factor of you just don't know what that guy's going to come up with, but it's going to be awesome, So that's why the new material, that's why we really feel it's the best representation of us, because in years past, most of the stuff that was written on that EP was me and Nick. Whereas now going forward, we've all put in a little bit of ourselves on these new tracks, and we're loving it. We're feeling like this is getting to where we want to be. So hopefully everyone else will feel the same.
That was it. I mean, we just wanted to have a tight unit where everybody contributes, everybody's on the same level. We don't have to tell somebody what to play or give them an idea. And that's the best idea for a band. But it took a while to get the right guys in. I spent a long time quoting this guy. It's like, I can't go in, but I can't say enough good things about him. So I'm happy.
He gets the tick from you.
Exactly. That was it.
Takes all the boxes.
It was just like, I'm going to wait patiently.
Who are your main influences?
Judas Priest, Motorhead.
Classic stuff then? Classic.
Yeah, but Jake loves the classic stuff, so do I. But I listen to a lot of modern bands as well. I'm a massive fan of Mastodon, Clutch, bands like that. So there is that influence there.
Yeah.
It's never conscious, but we don't want to do that whole traditional metal with a new sound, but there is a lot of contemporary influences in there. So it definitely comes out sounding very interesting.
It does, doesn't it?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, like you said, I tend to lean a lot to the classics, but you know, like Ted Nugent and AC/DC, you know, stuff with the attitude and the balls, you know, less of the whittly, but more the crunchy and rip. Black Sabbath, a lot of British stuff, you know. But as well, man, you know, I really love the New Darkness album. Like, you know, that I know that's a bit Marmite, that band's like, but you know, I'll tell you, man, I love the Dark. I have a man love for Justin. The stuff that guy puts out, dude, I'm just like, oh, and his lyrics are hilarious, man. I think that one-way ticket to hell and back.
Bold and
all about snorting a bad line of coke, man. And it's like, how do you make a song out of that? He did it, you know. So I'm really pleased that they're on the comeback, you know. But stuff like that, I love.
Yeah, they were dropped in as a last minute download, weren't they?
Yeah. And to be fair, my wife looks after their PR.
All right.
I knew it was going to happen. And I was just gutted to go because I was like, yeah, I can't say anything, but I want to be there when it happens, you know. Everyone go, what are you smiling about? Wait, you know. So yeah, I heard they really pulled it off. So good on them. But yeah, I love like old school death metal, so like Morbid Angel, Camel Corpse, Obituary. I mean, it doesn't really shine as much through what we do, but I like to feel like there's a little bit of.
I think there's a little bit of like, you know, the Megadeth, the Children of Bodom, and stuff that we share. It does bleed into like the riffs and the overall vibe for it. You know, hopefully when we go into the studio, that'll be captured quite well.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it's all coming together now. So.
Have we got a studio lined up?
That's it. Yeah, it's beginning of August. Going down to Grindstone Studios.
Right.
So that's Scott Atkins' place where he does, you know, all the records, all the famous stuff that he's worked on. So we're really excited about that.
Yeah,
we're all basically woodshedding and just making sure that we're up to speed on, you know.
Yeah.
Because
So
he does have very
100%.
exacting standards. So.
Guys, thanks very much for your time. We always like to conclude our interviews by asking the same question. I hope you don't mind. If you were asked to do a cover version for your new album, what would you pick individually? What would you guys pick?
Oh man.
I always get that
Something by One Direction for sure.
That's it.
The thing is, like, you know, I don't want to. It's obvious to pick like a metal track, so we might do something which is a little bit.
Steps.
Yeah, we might do like Blue Oyster Cult or something. You know, something which is just a little bit out of the way, but, you know, so which we can do a different take on. But you know, if you wanted to do a metal one, we'd probably pick, you know, maybe a Children of Bodom song or something like that. Try that out with clean vocals.
I'll tell you what I've been experimenting with, and I was going to put it to the guys because I love country music as well, and it doesn't come up
Here we
much
go.
in the conversation.
There we go. It's trying to fit like
A little bit of Johnny Cash goes a long way, man. You know, it's got the resurgence coming up. No, but you know, I love old school like outlaw country, like like a bit of Waylon and stuff like that. But some of that stuff, man, it's not heavy metal, but the material is it's very dark. It's very gunfighter-esque. It's very and to me that's what heavy metal is, man. It's less about the makeup and on stage and the gear. It's more about the guy that lived it, went to Folsom Prison and that stuff. Man, that's brutal. I think you could rock one of those tracks. So I'd probably put something like I'd get shouted down.
No, I think that's a good call. Very good call. See where you're coming from.
The thing is, like, we spend so much time writing about
that's
Guys, thanks for your time. Much appreciated.
Thank you.
Thanks for having me.